Coming up on District Wire News, Facebook changes. The social network makes a big announcement today. We'll tell you what's new and how you can use it. A live report straight ahead. And Metro mess. Escalators at Metro are under investigation after several accidents and breaking down. We'll tell you what Metro riders need to know and what's being done to fix the problems. District Wire News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Megan Sweeney.
And I'm Jordan Phelps.
Facebook has been up to some new tricks and new additions to the already large global social network. Elizabeth Stevenson is in the studio to tell us more about how Facebook has changed messaging.
Thanks, Megan. Facebook launched its own email service today during a press conference in San Francisco. It has been called the Gmail killer because of the amount of people that already use Facebook all over the world. The makers of Facebook say that it is not an email, but a modern messaging system, and focuses more on the chat aspect. I talked to a few students and got more information on what this new Facebook edition is all about. Facebook has introduced the much-anticipated email system today. It took a year of research and 15 engineers to make the new system a reality.
It's a good thing because I use Facebook for everything else, so I might as well get my email off of it.
Facebook has over 500 million users, 350 million which use the old Facebook messaging system. The new system can handle email and will give each user an @facebook.com address that matches each person's public username. The Facebook creators say they don't expect everyone to drop their other email accounts.
Yeah, I'm sure people will use it, but it's not going to take a huge chunk out of Gmail's share or anything like that.
The Facebook system is set up in 3 ways: seamless messaging, conversation history, and social inbox. It lets users have real-time messaging, see what was said last time they talked to a person, and has an inbox organized by who they want to talk to.
I guess a lot of people are on Facebook already anyway, so if they are on there and they can check their email, it saves time by them not having to go to another website.
This new Facebook system is Facebook chat and message combined. Your whole conversation with a person can show up on just one thread. It is a way to stay personal between Facebook users. The Facebook creators say that the Facebook messaging system is just a way to have conversations with people members care about. And no matter what medium is used, the conversation can be picked up where it left off. For District Wire News, I'm Elizabeth Stevenson. Back to you, Megan and Jordan.
Thanks, Elizabeth. DC Metro riders need to watch their step. A recent review of Metro escalators showed a number of problems. Faulty brakes and other technical issues were found in several stations. Jordan Kokenauer has the story.
A new audit out today shows Metro riders could be stepping onto danger whenever they enter a station. The DC Metro could be the world's largest owner of some of the world's most notorious escalators. 83% of Metro's 588 escalators are Westinghouse Modular 100s. The Modular 100 was actually discontinued 30 years ago, and for good reason. The model is responsible for many brake failures and other transit systems. It's also known for its high level of maintenance. AU students rely on the Metro to take them across the DC area. Students we spoke to had varying experiences with the Metro escalators.
For the most part, whenever I'm going towards an escalator, I see it working, and I take it and I don't really think about it.
I've never had an issue with them. I know a lot of them don't usually work, so you have to go up and down them walking. And I have more of a fear of just tripping over myself while I walk down them.
Metro continues to do quarterly inspections of each escalator. Escalator experts are still assessing what may have caused the L'Enfant Plaza escalator malfunction that injured riders late last month. Jordan Kokenauer with District Wire News.
The Transportation Security Administration, known as TSA, is moving forward with a new pat-down search for airplane passengers. In the new search method, TSA officials will touch breasts and genitals. Some passengers, pilots, and even flight attendants are calling the new pat-down inappropriate.
Well, obviously everybody has their own perspectives about their personal screening, and again, it gets back to the issue of what are we doing to ensure everybody else on that flight that people have been properly screened.
TSA says it is a necessary security measure after a terrorist plot to blow up cargo planes was uncovered last month. TSA points out that this is a new search method to touch the same body parts that have been touched in the past. The main charge is now that TSA officers using a sliding hand motions across the body parts that were previously touched only lightly.
A newly elected Prince George's County Executive, Jack Johnson, and his wife, Leslie Johnson, were arrested Friday. The couple was charged with destroying and tampering evidence. Johnson advised his wife to flush a $100,000 check from a developer and hide almost $80,000 in her underwear, all of which was heard by federal authorities on a wiretap. Their arrest is part of a larger federal investigation to expose corruption in Prince George's County.
Around 6:30 this morning, a newborn baby girl was found at St. Raymond Penafort Church parking lot in Springfield, Virginia. The baby was only a few hours old and was found wrapped in a bag. She was taken to Fairfax Hospital for tests, and she is said to be in good condition according to the Washington Post. Police are asking for anyone with information to call the Metropolitan Police Hotline.
Police are investigating two separate shootings that occurred early Sunday morning. 19-year-old Jamal Wilson is dead after a shooting on Q Street in Northwest D.C. Another male teen was shot in Gaithersburg after he entered the wrong apartment. Police say the apartment residents fired because they thought he was trying to break in. The teen was taken to a hospital. His injuries are not life-threatening.
Anti-smoking ads are gaining attention. The ads show a hole in a man's throat, a body on an autopsy table, even a baby in an incubator. The federal government proposed changes to cigarette packing. Here's Susan Kindoti with more.
They are graphic. They're meant to be blunt. And the FDA wants them to make smokers think twice about lighting up.
This is a truly historic event.
Historic because cigarette warning labels haven't changed in 25 years. The proposed labels will be hard to miss.
These are pretty difficult not to pay attention to because it has to cover 50% of the front and the back of the package of cigarettes.
The warnings are required by law to show up on cartons by 2012. Yet another tool, including public service announcements, meant to get smokers to kick the habit.
Now there is a burning hole in my throat.
More than 30 countries already use far more explicit images. This one from Australia, another from Thailand.
They're not meant to offend anybody or to scare anybody off. It's meant to inform.
We showed the proposed labels to young people who belong to an Asian American group promoting good health.
How powerful a message do you think this is, showing someone with a tracheotomy?
I think it's powerful, but we're constantly being bombarded with images all day that over time we just become numb to them.
I don't think it's really effective either, because looking at the picture, you're going to see how he did perform this kind of surgery, and yet he's still smoking.
Do you think a woman who is addicted to smoking looking at this will think, maybe I shouldn't do that?
No, they would continue doing it.
Why?
Smoking is addictive. They can't stop.
The FDA is taking public comments until January. Tobacco company Philip Morris says it plans to weigh in, but R.J. Reynolds is already suing over being forced to show labels like these. Susan Candiotti, CNN, New York.
George Washington University President Steve Knapp is raising the bar for higher education salaries. An annual survey released this weekend reveals that he is one of 23 college presidents to earn more than $1 million in 2008. That makes him the highest paid university president in the D.C. area. AU President Neil Kerwin's salary in 2008 was $750,000.
The Smithsonian Institution is resisting a recommendation to charge an admission fee at their museums. President Obama's deficit reduction team recommends the Smithsonian charge a $7.50 admission fee. The proposal would cut the Smithsonian's budget by $225 million. The Smithsonian Institute says the fee would make it difficult for many visitors to come and enjoy their museums.
DC's Child Support Services is launching an initiative today to help homeless veterans, who are also parents who don't have custody of their children. This initiative will help these veterans pay for child support and offer other services. The veterans can either walk in or join the program through legal organizations that offer volunteer work to the homeless. The program launch comes a few days after Veterans Day.
Finding a place to park and feeding the meter is certainly a hassle that many drivers in and around the Washington area are used to. A local nonprofit, however, is redefining what it means to feed a meter with your spare change.
This may look like your typical parking meter, but the spare change people are putting in it is actually making positive changes for the homeless. There are 3 meters in downtown Bethesda that a team of community leaders and activists are using to raise money and awareness for a local organization that's working to make a difference.
We did the meters to help pay for services. That would be great, but it's also as a public education about homelessness, about services available, and also a way to channel funds to something more positive than just, if I give you $5, you're going to need to spend it, and then you have to come back tomorrow and get $5 more.
Bethesda Cares, which receives the money from these meters, has been serving the working poor and homeless in Montgomery County since 1988. The local nonprofit's aim with the Homeless Meter Initiative is to raise awareness on how best to serve the neediest in the community.
Well, the parking meters only raise about $50 every couple of months, Bethesda Cares says that it's better to donate here than to give money to panhandlers, which they say does not solve problems for the homeless and may contribute to them.
Some people say that the candy apple red meters may even make it easier for people to make a donation in the first place.
I think people can be intimidated by homeless people if they're not sure if they're on some type of illegal substance or a mental illness. So maybe people would feel more comfortable just putting kind of an anonymous, no contact with a person kind of donation.
The money raised by these meters helps fund several Bethesda Cares programs that benefit the homeless, such as their 6-day-a-week lunch program, a clothing closet to keep people dressed and warm, and also a shower and toiletry program. Jack Weingart, District Wire News.
Coming up after the break, after 7 years of house arrest, a Burmese politician is released. But what does it really mean for the country? And is she really free? We'll hear what she has to say in a full report.
And a fire explosion in a Shanghai apartment complex leaves 42 people and hundreds in the hospital. We'll have the details after the break.